Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at Diamond Select's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
Getting into the statue here, you can see straight off the bat that the mask is on. They do have a version of Star-Lord without the mask. So if you want a statue of Chris Pratt specifically, then you can definitely look into that version. I myself prefer the masked look because I feel like it really is part of the character and his personality. So I'm more than happy to display it with that. He is using his aero pack at the back, which attaches to the base. However, the base is removable with one screw. If you need the space, I'm going to remove it so that I can review it a little bit easier for the camera purposes. But whether that's intended to be used or not is definitely debatable. It was screwed in, so you know it's you could definitely make the argument that it's not supposed to be removed. But it's my statue, I will remove it. So we'll take a look here at the face. You can see just how well that mask is actually sculpted. You've got all these individual lines on the mouth, and the paint job itself is really impressive. There's not a lot of bleeding when it comes to the paint. The gold and the red, even the silver, is all really nicely done. And you have it continuing all the way around, and you have his hair sculpted up at the top with a couple different brown tones and a dry brush of a brown as well, which is really nice to see. It really brings out the detail. You can see the aero rig here, and again, this is really nicely painted. There's a very minimum mistakes. There's a few, but not a lot. You can see his blasters, I guess, cannons. You know, I mean, the one thing I would maybe criticize, and this is really nitpicking, is maybe getting a little bit more of that burn look, because there are like blues, purples, and a little bit of a yellow on this. But I don't think that really subtracts from the look. And I mean, everything else is just so nicely painted and sculpted that little nitpicks like that really don't matter. And you can see the trousers going down the pants. They really look nice. I'm struggling to fit it all in frame because it is a decent sized statue. And I've got a little bit of a smaller setup here, so bear with me. But the aero rig is really nice. I really like the fact that they've went for this look for the statue. And you can see how nice the aero rig is. There are no lights. It would be really nice if there were two LEDs fitted. I'm sure someone's probably bought the statue and fitted them, or maybe put one underneath here, facing up. It would be really nice, but again, this is a $40 statue. It's PVC. It's marketed to be a budget statue, and you can't ask for too much with that. And I think they've done a really good job with what they have done here. We'll take a look here at the base itself that the aero rig sits on, and this is definitely from the beginning of Guardians 2. It's a really distinct look, and as you can see, it's very basic base underneath. Just says Marvel DST, made in China. So not a lot going underneath, but you're never going to see it underneath unless you look. The actual base itself is nicely sculpted and painted. I really love the look of this top bit. Unfortunately, that gets covered up with the blast effect from the aero rig, but I do really like how this looks. There are no lights again, but I'm sure you could probably figure out a way to light this up. The white panels themselves are just painted. There's no, they're not clear with like frosted glass or anything like that. They are painted, so I'm not entirely sure if you could light them up unless you added lights on top. But It's a nice simple base. My only criticism with this base, and it's perhaps my biggest criticism with the entire statue and the entire Guardians of the Galaxy line that Diamond Select has done, is it does not fit in with the other two. If you look at the Drax and the Groot one, or even the Gamora and Rocket one, they have the forest look from the beginning of Guardians 2, which takes place after this scene. Star-Lord is the only one that has this base. It could be that he's looked at as somewhat of the leader of the Guardians, the main protagonist. But it would be really nice if they all matched, especially because you display all three of them together, and to have one be completely different with the base does kind of suck, to be honest. But, and I keep going back to the budget, but I mean, $40, and you're getting a statue that really looks a lot more than $40. You could really, you could argue that it's really not a big deal, and I would completely agree to a certain extent. I mean, it would be great if the base matched, but honestly, for $40 and you're getting this paint job, this sculpt, and it really fits in with the other two, I can't complain too much. Honestly, I really can't. And yeah, I mean, if you're a big fan of Guardians like I am, if you're a big Star-Lord fan, Star-Lord's one of my favourite MCU characters. I really like everything that James Gunn and Chris Pratt have done with the character. So I'm more than happy to have this in my collection. I think it's one of Diamond Select's better statues. And I think it does fit in with the other two. Just the bases are slightly different, but it's not a huge deal. But I do think it is definitely worth pointing out. And if they had maybe changed it, it would have been a lot better. But it is what it is. I'm happy with it as is, and I would still recommend it. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helped if you're maybe looking to get any of the Guardian statues, or this one specifically. I hope this helped. So thanks for watching, guys.
Do you wanna stay the night? 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. It's been weighing on my mind for too long, too long. Do you wanna save a life? 'Cause I just really need someone. I've been barely holding on, and I'm still running from my demons. I'm still hiding all my secrets, and I just need someone I believe in. Will you wait for me while I'm still healing? You know what to say every time I start to slip away, and I surrender.